Good morning again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to BowlTV. My name is Matt Cannizzaro, and you are tuned in for continued coverage of the 2018 USBC Senior Masters. We are here at Samstown Bowling Center in Las Vegas, parked behind lanes 19 through 22 to watch the best USBC members age 50 and older. Today's the second of 3 days of qualifying here at the Senior Masters. Competitors are bowling 5 games each day. 15-game pinfall totals will determine the 63 bowlers who join our defending champion Walter Ray Williams Jr. in the double elimination match play bracket coming up later this week. We'll get you the rundown of the scores from yesterday and so much more as we get comfortable. We'll be here essentially for about the next 11 hours qualifying. This is our B squad from yesterday. So all the players broken up into 3 squads, A, B, and C. And they rotate throughout the 3 days as far as what time they bowl. And there's a good reason for that. That is because the lanes only get oiled once per day. So these lanes are fresh right now for this squad. And then the next squad will come out immediately, bowl on the burn. And the final squad of the day will bowl on what we call the double burn, because there had already been 2 squads of traffic prior to them getting out there. And then, again, each bowler will get the opportunity to bowl 5 games on each variation of the pattern. So these guys bowled in the middle of the day yesterday on the burn. Now they're taking on the fresh here at Samstown. So squads go ABC on day 1, BCA on day 2, and CAB on day 3. So these guys will be at the end of the day tomorrow on the double burn. And then that will conclude our qualifying here at the Senior Masters. Again, 15-game pinfall totals will determine who advances from the field of 272 into the 64-player double elimination match play bracket that makes the Senior Masters and the Masters and the Queens and the Senior Queens also special. And again, really depending on the type of format that you enjoy, this one definitely keeps it exciting for the players. Some thrive on that head-to-head match play and the opportunity just to kind of face off against one opponent on one pair of lanes, as opposed to those long-term events where pinfall carries over for 50 games or 56 games, and there's match play and bonus pins and the whole deal, and sometimes you can fall behind and just never be able to catch up. But in this, once you make that 64, it's a new day. So whether you're number 1 or number 62, the slate is clean at that point, and anything can happen. We saw it happen last year to our number 1 qualifier, Parker Bone III. You may have heard of him. He got a first-round matchup with fellow Hall of Famer Brian Voss, who snuck in to the top 64 as the 64 seed. So Brian Voss then saved some magic for that moment and sent Parker to the elimination bracket. First match of the event. So again, the fact that Parker finished many hundreds of pins ahead at that point, and the nature of this event became insignificant, and Parker bowled a huge set. So did Brian Voss, and that's how it works. Those 2 guys, that pair of lanes, doesn't matter what's happening around the rest of the center, the scoring pace, etc. Great for the fans. They love that match for sure. That one and many others. Parker maybe not so much, but they know that coming in, the motivation, and when you win those matches, I think exceptionally exciting. And those guys have bowled enough Masters and now Senior Masters to see both ends of it. But that's the rundown. So that's what's going to happen here. Qualifying all day today, 5 games. And our featured pairs will remain the same throughout the week. And then we'll be here for match play. And, of course, then we'll have the exciting stepladder finals live here on BowlTV on June 10th. It's 4 days from now. That is Sunday at 10 a.m. local time, 1 p.m. Eastern. You can find the schedule and all the details at bowl.com/seniormasters. If you want to check out the scores from yesterday, you can do that there as well. And a fantastic tool that I've had the opportunity to use many times throughout the week here, previously at the Super Senior Classic, is the live scoring. So you can scroll through and see how your favorite player is doing as they move beyond the live stream pairs. And this week we're using lanes 7 to 52 here for qualifying. So I'll be scrolling through periodically to see what's happening. If there's anybody making a run, etc. So definitely check that out again. bowl.com/seniormasters as your results page. Has all the PDFs for all the different rounds and live scoring. So check that out. All right, here are our featured pairs this game. Joining us on 19 and 20, we have Sean Kaus. Chris Warren, familiar face from PBA past. Ray Scrivens Jr. and Brian Kretzer. And over on 21 and 22, we have Paul Lamond, Hakan Fasseth, Michael Calvin, and Donald Robinson. Chris Warren knows a little something about the Masters. He won the other Masters back in 1990. And now looking to add his name to the extremely short list of players who have won both the Masters and the regular and the Senior Masters. That happened first, Dave Sutar. And then Walter Ray Williams Jr., our defending champion. In fact, Walter Ray has won both Masters twice. Only player to do that. And now here as one of 3 players looking to win the event for the 3rd time. That would be the first time that's ever happened. So a lot of good storylines here this week. 272 players with 272 different stories to tell. And we are here to do that for you. So in case you're just dropping in, my name is Matt Canizaro. And I'll be here for the duration, wire-to-wire coverage of the 2018 USBC Senior Masters. While we're still settling in a little bit here, early on our first of 5 games, let's take a peek at the round 1 standings. Again, this is round 2 of 3, so 5 games already done. And these guys bowled middle of the day yesterday on B squad. The Burn, highest B squad player, ended up 9th overall. That was Kerry Fulford at plus 137. So yeah, you always need some time to see which variation of the pattern will be the highest scoring here on the Fresh, on the Burn, or the Double Burn. And yesterday, top 2 places went to C squad on the Double Burn. James Campbell of Clearwater, Florida, leading the way after 5 games, 12-21 total, averaging 244.2 plus 221. And the Double Burn really played to Campbell's strength. He's always been a get in and wheel it kind of player. He likes the left to right, as he described in our conversation yesterday. Something that at one point in his career definitely really helped him find success, but as the oil patterns have gotten more dynamic and the oil itself has become what we're seeing here in the Kegel ice, more durable, less transition, a little bit slicker. He has really had to adapt his game, and he stepped away a little bit, but came back and very focused on versatility. So while the big wheel got it done before, he kind of knew, he saw it coming with equipment changes and some of the oil patterns that being able to do different things, play a little bit straighter, play a lot straighter, all would be important tools, and he's going to have to use all those tools this week at the Senior Masters. The Double Burn now in the books for him, so today it will be the Burn and then the Fresh, which is what he's most proud of his progress on. So we'll see. James Campbell qualified last year for the match play bracket and then lost 2 matches immediately and went home a little bit earlier than he'd hoped. So now off to a good start, leading the way at plus 221. We'll see him next squad here at Samstown. Second place yesterday, James Hansen of Anchorage, Alaska at plus 192. Again, he also bowled on C squad, the Double Burn. He had finishing games of 266 and 258 to get to that 1192 number. And in third place was our A squad leader, Michael Haugen Jr. Stumbled a little bit in games 3 and 4 with transition. I said that he initially was playing a little bit farther right, which that is his wheelhouse, but certainly he is extremely versatile, and then saw later in the block that he actually would be able to move left and have a good look. Moved left and finished with 277 to get to 1188, and that score held up through B squad and until game 4 of C squad. So Michael Haugen Jr. third at plus 188. Brian LeClaire sporting a sizable knee brace. I did not get the details on that injury or how recent, but he got to 1187, made a run at trying to track down Campbell the last game, but settled into 4th place at plus 187. Keith Lesko bowled yesterday morning plus 185. Alan Seneval plus 169. Warren Nelson plus 149. We saw him make the stepladder finals at the Super Senior Classic, which preceded the Senior Masters. So Mr. Nelson continuing to bowl well here at Samstown. 8th place, Chris Gibbons of Madison, Wisconsin, plus 145. 9th place is Fulford. We mentioned him, the high B squad bowler yesterday, plus 137. And rounding out the top 10, Donald Blatchford, who also bowled well at the Super Senior Classic. He is at plus 131. And then a trio of Hall of Famers, Parker Bone III and Brian Voss. They matched up last year in the first round, number 1 and number 64. Right now they are tied for 11th place at plus 130, followed by Norm Duke at plus 129 and Doug Kent at plus 129. How about that? 4 Hall of Famers, 1 pin apart. And we're going to see Doug Kent and Parker Bone coming through, bowling on this squad, B squad. And Voss and Duke will be coming up next on C squad. So that is the rundown. We'll have updates hopefully after each game here from the hard-working tournament staff. Tournament director this week, Damon Sirocco. And we're back with our comfortable home away from home here at Samstown. Hard-working folks making things happen and making sure we have everything we need. Tom and company, thank you guys. We appreciate it. Now, as we get towards the back half of our opening game, take a peek through the live scoring and see if anybody is dominating on this fresh 41-foot oil pattern. We saw some good scores out of the gate yesterday. And then that transition we mentioned that Haugen saw. And then scores finished strong. And then again late in our B squad yesterday, things were going well, and then scores not so good. So the players taking notes, watching intently to see how the lanes change and when, and figuring out what equipment works best, especially on the fresh, which they'll see a couple times during the match play portion. Also on this squad are defending champion Walter Ray Williams Jr. down on 27 and 28. He comes into today tied for 43rd place at plus 72. He's guaranteed a spot in that 64-player bracket. Qualifying just an opportunity for him to improve his seating and get comfortable. Kretzer got that one back from way outside. Nearly got the 10 out. String of strikes ends at 5. Got a visit from James Campbell. He's up bright and early. Coming to check out the fresh. Again, not his strength in the past, so something he's worked on quite a bit. Been able to play a little bit straighter and add that to his versatility. Can never take too many notes or watch too many great players, and there certainly are plenty on this squad. Campbell again will be up on the next squad on the burn today, but we'll have the fresh tomorrow to close out qualifying, and then for those bowlers bowling early, post those numbers, and you gotta sweat it out the rest of the day. But I think the goal for most is, of course, they want to be able to bowl equally well on each variation, but if they do have a strength, whether it be the double burn or the fresh or whatever, you want to take advantage, get all you can on that block, and then grind on the ones maybe you struggle a little bit. So always something to learn from day to day here. We're getting into the final frame here of our opening game. Calvin over on 21-2 got off to a hot start, but the ending not so much. Just gets the 7 to go. So after the 4-bagger to open, can get to 202. And Paul Lemond, couple opens this game. Got the first hit already. Can get to 220. And over on 19-20. Sean can get to 1 at 28. Spare strike here, and Scrivens. Pretty sure he bowled 300 here last year in the Senior Masters. With the baby split now. In the 10th frame, still has 212 out there. I see a question in the chat about the USBC Open Championships in Syracuse. This one's easy, and it's about parking. Pretty easy. There's a parking garage that the bowlers are required to park in. It's generally a $5 fee to go in there. So $5 you're in and you're set. $5 the next day, and very reasonable. Covered parking, so weather not an issue. Very convenient, right across the street from the convention center. And we look forward to seeing you in Syracuse. If you have any other questions, certainly the tournament staff will be there to help anytime. 800 number on the website, or you know where to find us elsewhere on social media. We have an official OC Facebook page. We're pretty active there. Keep an eye on that most of the day. We also have our general USBC social media, and that's where you can find highlights from all of our other events as well, like our Senior Masters here in Las Vegas. We had some good highlights yesterday, some thoughts from our leading players. Nice recap last night on James Campbell and his day on the lanes here at Samstown. So check that out again, the official OC and main USBC Facebook pages. That would be the Sport of Bowling USBC. And you can find us on Twitter at USBC for all the news, notes, and headlines. And here's a headline. Chris Warren still got it. Finishing strong here on our featured pair. We'll get to 258. He enters the day just outside the number. Tied for 72nd place at plus 55. So obviously going plus 58 here would help immensely. The goal, get into the top 63. And then it's a new day. And chances are, with the caliber of talent at this tournament, no matter who you're matched up against, it's going to be a tough match. Warren can't get the 7 to go, so he'll be in the 240s. Brian Kretzer with 3 consecutive 9 counts. Spare here will put him in the 230s. Kretzer actually 1 pin ahead of Chris Warren coming into today at plus 56. So both these guys getting a nice push here on our opening game. Do appreciate everybody joining us here on BowlTV. You're watching the 2018 USBC Senior Masters. My name is Matt Canizaro, and we're about to have our final shot of game number 1 coming up. Game 2 of 5 right around the corner. Players on the move. 8 new players coming our way. We'll introduce them in just a minute. We'll have updated standings for you and more. If you have any questions, you know where to find us. Drop those in the chat room. We'll get you the answer. And if I don't know, I'll certainly make up something believable and get back to you. All right, folks. Game 2 coming right up. Thanks for tuning in. Hello again, everybody, and thank you for joining us here on BowlTV today for coverage of the 2018 USBC Senior Masters. We're joined by 8 more players here for game number 2 of our second day of qualifying. As you can see, this game we've got our defending champion, Walter A. Williams Jr., looking to become the first player to win this event 3 times. Also in the field this week, Dale Traber and Pete Weber, both 2-time winners, trying to do the same. Walter A. is joined on this pair by Peter Knopp, Scott Canfield, and Craig Harrington. And right next door, we've got past Team USA member Steve Badavinik, Jeff Suma Sr., Dennis Powell, and Troy Kendrick. So a lot of familiar names here. Should be an entertaining game number 2. Walter Ray, spare 3-bagger. Again, we'll have updated standings here through one game in just a minute. Yesterday, Walter Ray found success on the burn, utilizing a two-handed style. Walter very versatile. And always seems to want to learn new things and find better ways and newer ways to keep up and be successful, and it's just one more tool in his bag. Today on the fresh, going a little bit more traditional. Appreciate everybody chiming in the chat room and all those who have stopped by in person, even folks bowling in this event, hanging out at home or the hotel rooms, checking in and seeing how things are going. But Steve Lane, thank you. And if you're curious about the oil pattern we're seeing here at the Senior Masters, you can visit bowl.com/Senior Masters. Click on the information tab and you'll see there's a graph, 41 feet, 29 mils, a little bit heavier. Obviously because it needs to last 15 games. At the end of the Super Senior Classic, we saw 41 feet, 26 mils. You can also see the graph of that event, see kind of how they're similar shape-wise and such. But all the details there, along with all the scores and other information you could ever possibly want about the Senior Masters. Past winners, past results, it's all there. CK Moore, thanks for checking in, sir. Hope things are going well. Remember, we've got a lot of coverage coming up here this week at the Senior Masters, and great things on the horizon. Free coverage of the Professional Women's Bowling Association coming up this summer. Also Junior Gold. Watch the best young talent in the world. You can see all of that here on BowlTV, so remember to subscribe. That way you'll always be in the know when things are going on, what's happening. And if you're enjoying these first couple days of the Senior Masters, give a thumbs up there right below your video window. It always helps let the boss know things are going well, and hey, we should keep doing this. Walter Ray up on 19. Only player to win the Masters and the Senior Masters twice each. Bowling qualifying this week hoping to improve his seeding. Already guaranteed the number 64 spot in the bracket as the defending champ. And greetings to Ireland. Thanks for tuning in. The Gibbons clan. Say hello to my friend Bernard, tournament director at the World Cup, which will be actually held right here at Samstown in November. So already invited back for that. Could be sitting in this very seat for the 2018 edition of the Cubica AMF Bowling World Cup. Looking forward to seeing all my friends from there. All right, we've got a future bet, Aaron Smith, Senior Masters champ, 2038. Sportsbook right upstairs. See if they'll take that one. I want to be honest, if we're live streaming that year, I can't guarantee I'm going to be the guy sitting in that chair, but I'll be glad to come cheer on Mr. Smith to victory. Good question from Gus in the chat room as well. Is John coming our way? And unfortunately, actually, we don't have any kind of lane assignment sheet, so it's been a surprise each game who's joining us on our live stream paired. But yesterday somebody asked about Amleto. Could we get a video? And then boom, next game. He was on our featured pair, so based on that, I would say John will be coming this way shortly. Looks like we've got some standings here. Again, the number everybody's chasing, plus 221. Whole event based on a plus-minus system. Par is 200. If you bowl 205, you're plus 5. If you bowl 195, you are minus 5. So much easier to explain and calculate than pinfall totals, especially as we get to bigger games. So plus 221. 5 games yesterday, 1,000 would be par. So he's plus 221 over par. Average 244. James Campbell is the guy to beat. High on B squad right now, Doug Kent in 7th place. Again, we're looking at combined standings. So it's A and C squads through 5 games. B squad through 1. Doug Kent, the high B squatter, at plus 154. Next one is Parker Bone III, plus 120. Michael Clements, plus 114. Theodore Bogomil, plus 112. Dennis Horan right next door, plus 111. And the high guy from yesterday, Kerry Fulford, started with 146 here on the fresh, down to plus 83. Walter Ray opened with 219. He's at plus 91 overall, up in 37th place. Tom Zeller, yes, Walter Ray yesterday, bowling two-handed. We have a video highlight posted at the Sport of Bowling USBC page. He's actually quite good at it. I think I watched 3 shots. There was a strike, a ring 10, and a 3-6-10. And now showing the versatility today, going a little more traditional and opened with 219 and now can get to 256. Dennis in the chat room, thank you for the kind words and for tuning in. There's some great talent out here. These are many of the players I watched as a young bowler. Saturday afternoons. Still get a little starstruck every once in a while, and Parker Boone stops by to say hi, or Ron Moore has a question. Dennis Horan, a pair to our left, bowling well. Step up in the 10th with a shot at 270. You see on the left side of your screen, local standout Vaughn Duty. Vaughn also on 270 pace this game. Walter Ray adds one more in the 9th for 3 in a row. All right, looks like we're clear on 300 watts here in game number 2. So 10th frame now underway on 19 and 20. Big trouble for Knopp here in the 10th. Walter Ray stepping up, still can get to 256. Hey, 173 for Knopp. Spare for Walter Ray, he can get to 235. That'll put him past plus 100. So making his way up the standings here on day 2 on the fresh. Canfield can get to 197. And max score for Harrington, 225. If you guys would like to check out yesterday's results, visit bowl.com/Senior Masters. Lists combined standings for all 3 squads through 5 games. It also says what squad each bowler was on. Right now we're watching B squad. They bowled in the middle of the day yesterday, on the fresh today. And they will bowl on the double burn tomorrow evening. Coming up next will be yesterday's C squad. So it was ABC yesterday. Switched the order for today. BCA, and tomorrow CAB. So everybody will have a chance to bowl on each variation of this pattern. Walter Ray finishes with 235. Harrington and Canfield will close things out here on 19 and 20. All right, 10th frame underway now on 21 and 22. Suma up first, gets the first hit. He can get to 236. Badavinik, a little bit of trouble early on. Didn't throw his first strike till the 6th frame. He still can get to 199 with the big 10th frame here. It does appear that the right lane is moving right and the left lane is moving left. Maybe? Sounds right. Scott Canfield just took off to our right. And Walter is going left, so there you have it. Suma finishes with 225. Badavinik, 4-pin, first shot. 179, his max. The Team USA member, 2017. Great performance at the Team USA trials. Made a run at the US Amateur. Dennis Powell now staring down back-to-back 8-count splits. All right, looks like our friend and USBC Open Championships titleist Pete Thomas coming our way next game. We'll wrap things up here after back-to-back opens for Powell, 194. Troy Kendrick stepping up, can get to 223. We'll let him do his thing and let the players hit the bricks of game number 3 of 5. Coming up. One more for Troy. Again, 223 max score. Folks, you're watching the 2018 USBC Senior Masters. Some famous faces here. And some amazing talent. 272 entries. After tomorrow, we'll cut the field down to just 64 for our exciting double elimination match play bracket. And you're watching it all unfold here live on BowlTV. My name is Matt Canizaro. We'll be right back with game number 3.
Yep, I'll be back.
All right, folks, sorry about that. Was in a quick meeting about another event. But now settled in for game number 3 of our 5-game qualifying block today. This is round 2, 2018 Senior Masters here at Samstown in Las Vegas. We're joined on lanes 19 and 20 by David Graber, Robert Newman, Pete Thomas, who we mentioned, a top senior standout in the non-professional ranks for a very long time. Past Eagle winner at the USBC Open Championships, record holder. Also has had the opportunity to represent the U.S. at the Tournament of the Americas down in Florida. And final gentleman on this pair up on lane 19 right now, Skip Pavone, the left-hander from San Jose, California. Showed his incredible talent last week at the Super Senior Classic. His first time I remember seeing him bowl. And he was our qualifying leader through 18 games at that event. And then the nature of the format, while exciting to watch, did not necessarily play in his favor. And he came up a little bit short of making the championship stepladder. And now motivated here at the Senior Masters. Did actually pocket some good money for that Super Senior event. And now showcasing those skills yet again here, starting this game with 3 consecutive strikes. And over on 21 and 22, we've got Pete Toth, Dwayne Steinmetz, John Austin Jr., and Vic Karbowski. We will have our Game 7 standings here very quickly. We'll get that to you in just a moment. Thanks for being here. 2018 USBC Senior Masters. All right, game 3 of 5 rolling on. See some questions scrolling through the chat room. Do you have any info about Mike Scroggins and Tom Baker? Have not seen or heard from them in a while, and I feel like I just saw Scroggins at the Open Championships. Doing well, bowling with a group of left-handers. Mark is bowling here. Saw him yesterday. And Tom Baker, not sure. I know he's a big fan of this event, having won it back-to-back in 06 and 07, the last back-to-back champion, but I have not seen him in a while. Wasn't at the Super Senior Classic either. Perhaps somebody from the North Carolina area has some insight. And good question. Is this an open tournament? Yes. Open to USBC members age 50 and older. That's it. All you got to do is enter by the deadline. And of course, that is until the field fills. So whichever happens first. And you're in. 15 games of qualifying. Top 63. Join the defending champ in match play. And you get to spend a fun week here with me at Samstown. So all in all, definitely worth the entry fee and the airline ticket. And with that, let's take a peek at the standings. See what we got here. Bowl.com/Senior Masters. B squad through 7 games. Doug Kent still bowling well, 225, 227. He is our high B squad player. Although I know there was some public disappointment over his jersey selection, especially while on the live stream yesterday, but I believe that situation is being rectified for later in the week, so we'll see. And at this point, again, Doug at plus 181, in good shape right now. Looking for the top 64. Next B squad bowler right behind him at plus 180. Dennis Horan Jr. had 269 last game, 245 in the opener. So Horan at 514 after 2. Daniel Miyamoto from Hawaii. 264, 280. He's at 544 after 2. We're going to have to peek at him and see what's happening. Plus 178 overall and 144 of it here this morning on the fresh. Parker Bone III is at plus 142 in 12th place. And Walter A. Williams Jr. with that 235 game gets to plus 126. And he now is inside the top 20. So we're going to look through some live scoring here. Make sure we can find these gentlemen. Parker Bone down on 7 and 8, bowling very well. 7 strikes in his first 8 frames. Right, Miyamoto down on 37 and 38. He has an open in the third frame. Max score 245. 790. Max score for him, but what a start here on the fresh. 178 over total. And 145 of it here in the first two games today. Dennis Horan, as we mentioned, 5-14 after 2. And pulling down on the low side this game. On 7 and 8. Can shoot 192 this game. Just one strike through 9 frames. Greetings to Bernie in Germany. Thank you for tuning in. We do have some German players. Including Peter Knopp, who we saw on our featured pair last game. Game 3 moving along. 2 more games here for our B squad players. We'll see them again tomorrow evening, 7 p.m. Eastern, for their final squad of qualifying here at the Samstown Bowling Center. After that, we'll cut the field down from 272 to just 64 players for our exciting match play bracket. All right, time for the final frame here. Before we say goodbye to these 8 players. Pete Thomas up on lane 19. David Graber on 20. Pete Thomas can get to 189. And it'll be 141 max for Graber. So Thomas able to double up. He'll be in the 180s. Strike on the fill. Graber finishes with 141. Now it'll be Robert Newman working on a 4-bagger. 236 max score. 4 strikes coming after a split in the 5th. All right, some excitement for the crowd there. Karbowski. John Austin Jr. delivers the first shot in the 10th. Can get to 189. Pete Toth delivers as well. Can get to 211. Big crowd online today. We do appreciate it. You're watching coverage of the 2018 Senior Masters. If I could give you guys a thumbs up, I would. Thanks for being here. Day 2 of qualifying. First of 3 blocks for the day. So big picture, this is game 3 of 15. Skip Pavone with the balk. He's going to reset. Seen him do that a few times. All right, 4-7 on the reset for Pavone. He can get to 223. Newman got the first one for the 5-bagger. Still 236 possible. Austin finishes with 179. Toth adds one more. Gets this one for 211. Karbowski can finish at 180. And Steinmetz can get to 182. All right, folks, just like that, we've got ourselves 8 new players. Seemed like that transition happened much quicker. And here we are with game 4 underway. Chris Keene throwing the first shot there on lane 20, and a terrific shot it was. We saw him bowl very well at the Super Senior Classic. And now here carrying that momentum into the Senior Masters. Joined on this pair by Mark McCreary and Hugh Miller. And first shot was thrown by John Shavanik. So there you have it, folks. You asked in the chat room, and you got what you asked for. John is here for game number 4. And our other featured pair, Andy Warren looks a little bit like a left-handed Chris Warren. How about that? Ben Hafes, Daryl Bauer, and Steve Stein are the 4 on 19 and 20 this game. Score update right around the corner. And this is already game 4 of 5. And then these guys will have a long break until they get back to it for their final squad of qualifying tomorrow. That'll be tomorrow evening. They'll be the last to go. All right, so great start here on 19 and 20. John, Mark, and Chris all 2 for 2. And Miller 1 out of 2. One more for Shavanik. All right, just got a quick visit from Tish Johnson, come to see how things are looking. I say they're looking pretty good here in our featured pair, as Chris Keene had the front 5. Jovanik has the front 6. So we'll have to scroll through. It looks like things are opening up a bit. Make sure we don't miss anything across the house. Looking at the live scoring right now. We'll have game 8 standings here in just one moment. Out there by Hafes for the nice break to get the 3-bagger. And the string of strikes comes to an end at 6 with the 2-4-7. John going to try to clean that up. Yeah, we'll take a look at the standings here. Just one moment to see how B Squad is faring. Always tough spare. Gets just the 2. Same story for Hugh Miller. Denied 3 in a row, and if I was on that pair and I just saw what John did, I'd probably be thinking through this, as I despise the 2-4-7 and the 2-4-7-8. All right, we'll take a look at standings through 8 games now for B Squad, and Doug Kent continuing his move up the standings. He is now plus 216. Again, overall leader through 5. James Campbell at plus 221. So Doug Kent looking to be the guy after B Squad today. Should be in great shape overall, even if he doesn't end up at the top of the standings for the day. Doug Kent leading the way. Parker Bowe in the third, coming on strong, 249 in game 3. He's at plus 191 in 4th place. Miyamoto plus 189. There's Haran down at plus 160. He's in 10th place right now. John Shavanik is at plus 81, currently 47th place in the combined standings. All right, first strike of the game for Andy Warren. There it is in his 7th frame, but making spares clean through 6. Always important, especially on the more challenging conditions. Bauer adds one more for 4 consecutive strikes. Good break there for John, leaving just the 6. Had the 6-7 there for a second. Chris Keene desperately needing this game here late on day 2. Came in minus 92 and well out of the number after day 1. And now plus 46 on the day, minus 46 overall, and will be plus at the conclusion of this game. So back on the up. Still got a lot of work to do over the last game today, and then of course 5 more games tomorrow on the double burn. Question in the chat, is this the fresh squad? Yes, first squad of the day. It is fresh. Burn coming up next. That'll be yesterday's C squad. And then the A squad folks will be at the end of the day. They saw the fresh yesterday. They'll see the double burn today. Here we are, 10th frame now. John and Chris both bowling very well here in game 4. John can get to 243. And Chris still with a chance at 279, but will be in the plus for the first time here. King goes high, leaves the 3-6. All right, Shavanik will be in the 230s. 232. And Keene, strike here, gives him 257 and plus 11 on the event with 1 game to go today. Not quite ready for the 10th frame over on 21 and 2, but Darrell Bauer still striking. Can get to 269. Darrell Bauer outside the number. Bowling well, plus 42. But in 92nd place right now. So, huge game here. Very helpful. Benny Hayes bowling well this game too. He needed every bit of it. Benny having a terrific day. Came in plus 5. And 255, 247, 217. And he can get to 248. So he is surging up the standings at plus 124 right now. 119 of that is this morning on the fresh. Doug Kent bowling down on 7 and 8. And he can get to 218 this game. Darrell Bauer delivers 269. That'll put him 100 over with 1 game to go today. Excellent performance there. Striking out from the 4th frame. Andy Warren ran into a little bit of trouble there in the 9th. But he made his spares outside of that split. That is the key. Able to save 185 here with a strike. And we'll make that 181. Could have been much worse. A couple of tricky 8 counts and a 6 count in there. Shavanik 232, Keene 257 goes into the plus. McCreary 224. Clean game for him. Hugh Miller, strike here, will be at 200 even. 199 for the left-hander. All right, final shots coming up here. Haste can get to 228. Great day for him so far. Got 140 over, and Steve Stein 179. We'll have the final game of this round of qualifying coming up in just a minute. B squad, 4 games in, 1 to go, and C squad coming up next, folks. Thank you very much for tuning in for our continued coverage. Big numbers, almost at 500 for today, and it's just the second day of qualifying, so hopefully we'll amp those up throughout the week. Thumbs up to you, and hopefully thumbs up to us for bringing this to you live on BowlTV. We do appreciate all of the support, and we will have our final game of this squad coming up in just a minute, folks. My name is Matt Canizaro. I'll be right back. All right, folks, final game of this squad underway. Not the final squad of the day. Holy cow. Final game of this squad. All right, let's take a look at our players now for our final game. And we've got Daniel Miyamoto has been on fire today. We'll take a look at the standings after 9 games in just a minute. Also, Theodore Bogomil up here on lane 20. Got some fans out there in the chat room. Glenn Nakagawa and David Sorrell here on 19 and 20, over on 21 and 22. Doug O'Brien, Michael Hastings, Jim Eckerson, and Charlie Standish. And Jim Eckerson chimed in the other day, an avid BowlTV watcher. Came by and said hello. All right, and the moment we have been waiting for. Leading the way here on B Squad, Miyamoto. He is plus 199 today. Plus 199, 264, 280, 211, and 244. Right here on our featured pair was plus 34 yesterday. Plus 199 here on the fresh. Plus 233 overall. And Doug Kent is next on B Squad at plus 199. He had 183 in game 4 today. I almost want it to be Miyamoto. I want to talk to him anyway because I want to hear what happened today. Coming out here, crushing the fresh. Whether that was the initial thought that the fresh would be the strong point, or something perhaps that he saw yesterday on the burn squad, or by watching the first squad of the day. Third for B squad. Parker Boone the third at plus 186. So interesting to see Parker Boone the last 2 years had amazing qualifying performances, and then despite bowling very well in match play, just seemed to run into the wrong people at the wrong time. This year, just cruising along. 130 over yesterday, 56 over today. We'll see if a more even-keeled performance changes things at all in match play. So Parker probably not one to be affected by any sort of excitement by breaking records or being the top qualifier. All right, folks, there was a question in the chat room. Do they have pairings and starting lanes? And the answer is yes. At bowl.com/Senior Masters, under the information tab, there's a pairing sheet that will tell you exactly where everybody's bowling and when. And next question, do they have a practice session before the first day of qualifying? Yes. Each bowler had 1 hour of practice on the tournament pattern. Also split over 3 squads that day to make sure the traffic was similar and there was enough room for everybody. Chris Keene, we saw him on our featured pair earlier, get to the plus for the first time at plus 11 and started this game with 5 consecutive strikes before, oops, gutter spare, but still in position to add to that plus, so that's great to see that turnaround after coming into the day at minus 92. Right now, tracking down some of our top contenders on this squad to see where they're bowling. Again, we started the week with 272 competitors, and we'll knock that number down to 64, including our defending champion, Walter A. Williams Jr. right, so ran down, try to grab a quick video, and feel that I have jinxed Mr. Miyamoto. RB bowler on the pairing sheet, double checked it, and if it wasn't working, it should be now. I had to actually paste the link in a different browser. PDFs are sometimes funny like that, but that info is there. So definitely refresh or try a different browser. All right, so looking at the standings, Walter Ray, our defending champion, going down on 37-8, can get into 250s this game. He's at plus 166. So having a great day so far. About 100 over today. Can get to plus 223. That will mean Miyamoto has to get something going here. He's gonna stay in the lead. So Walter Ray looks like we'll be in the 240s. Walter Ray finishes the day at plus 210. It gives Miyamoto a few sticks here to get something going. Parker Bone the third bowling well. He can get in the 250, so he may go around Miyamoto as well. Very interesting. I'm going to take a short walk down the concourse. I'll leave it to you guys. All right, so I was headed down to get a quick look at Parker Bone the third, but tough 10th frame ends with 223. He goes to plus 209. He'll be behind Walter Ray by 1 pin. Check in on the rest of the folks. Chris Keene, 259. Excellent comeback for him today. Got our final frame underway here in our featured pair, 21 and 2. Eckerson looking at a tough split. He can get to 165. O'Brien still has 238 out there. Right, big finish here for Miyamoto. And looking to maintain his spot atop the standings, was plus 233 come into this game. And it does not look like he's going to get caught. Some heavy hitters making a run here. Walter Ray, Parker Bone, Doug Kent. But Miyamoto having a great day and holding them off. So we won't lose any pins this game. Best Doug Kent can do down yonder is 195, so he'll go minus for this game. Miyamoto will add a couple more pins plus with the spare here, 202. So we'll get to chat with him and see what went right today. He'll be 200 over. All right, 203 for Nakagawa. 202 for Miyamoto. Eckerson, 152. O'Brien, 217. Hastings now up, can get to 235. Nice run here late in the game for Standish. So that's 235 with one more strike on the fill. Tyrell, 227 max. And Bogomil can get to 189. Unless there was a ginormous game that we didn't catch somewhere across the house, I feel comfortable that Miyamoto is the guy at plus 235. A couple bowlers would have had to shoot 270 or better. All right, that's going to do it for our featured pairs, folks. We'll be back. It is 11:04 right now, so in 1 hour, we'll have our next round of competition. BCA, that will be C squad coming on for the burn. They're not going to oil the lane, so what you saw right now is where these guys are going to start coming up in just a few minutes. We'll get things going just before the top of the hour. We do appreciate everybody being here with us. 400 plus. And 42 thumbs up. We appreciate the support. My name is Matt Kinizara. We'll have our next qualifying round coming up again in 1 hour. 2018 USBC Senior Masters rolling on here at Samstown in Las Vegas. Thanks to all who tuned in. And that is the news for now. We'll see you on the lanes.